what is Spanish Honor Society?
Okay, Spanish Honor Society is actually a society of members that actually have to be inducted. So it sets itself apart from a club, because a club anybody can join. The Spanish Honor Society, you actually have to be inducted in, which means you have to have a certain grade point average, a sense of character, and maintain all that while you're in the Spanish Honor Society.
What sets Spanish Honor Society apart from different clubs in the school? Like, what makes it special?
Well, it relates to the language of Spanish, obviously, and we do community service things. We're going to be trying now to expand a little bit more with more community service that relates to Spanish, like Hispanics in general. So I'll be working with that with the new officers. We do clothing drives, we do food drives, and things that pertain to the language. And we'll be doing more along that line too, to make us a little different from the other actual honor societies.
Do students get to apply their Spanish skills in school in the club?
In the Spanish Honor Society, sometimes they do. I've seen it a little bit more now. I don't make them speak Spanish in our meetings, but it was really actually nice this time. We had our new officers, and some of them did part of their speech in Spanish, and I thought that was nice. It's a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of English, and I do speak a lot of the times in Spanish, like telling them to do things in Spanish. I don't know if it's out of habit, but just to keep them in line with the language and try to keep them to talk back. That doesn't always happen, but I think the more you do it, the more they will do it.
Do you play a big role in the club, or is it mostly the officers who...
I am just a sponsor, so I'm like a moderator. A sponsor's a moderator. The officers run the whole society. They take charge of all the meetings. They take attendance. They do the announcements. They collaborate with me, and I sit down with upcoming events. But one of the biggest things they do now is they organize and run the induction ceremonies, which we do in the springtime in May. But everything they do is them. They'll sit and run things by me because I'm the moderator. But I sit with them, we discuss ideas, or they discuss things they want to do, or something different, and that's how it runs. But they do everything themselves.
Do you think it's important for kids to learn Spanish now so they can apply it later in life?
I do, and I do think it's better. I actually think we don't start early enough altogether in this country learning foreign languages. But some of the people in the society, or some people just in school in general, have been taking Spanish since middle school, which helps. The earlier you start, the better. But if there was a preference of whether to start now in high school rather than in college or in a university, I definitely recommend to start it now. It's a different curriculum, and it's paced a little bit slower than probably you would at a college or university level. And the more you get done here, you can do actually more accelerated language courses at the college level if you've got the basic ones out of the way here in high school.
So I know you speak a few languages. Why do you think it's important to maybe learn more than one, and how can that help someone in the future?
I think it's a great asset and just a great thing to speak more than one language, whether you speak 2 or 3. I speak German and Spanish and obviously English. Traveling abroad, I lived abroad for a little time. I encourage students to do that too. It's such a great way to understand also another culture other than your own. So it's not just the language too, it's the history, it's the culture, it's the people, it's all the different types of etiquettes. And you learn that when you travel to different countries. You actually learn more than being in the classroom. It's a great experience, and for me, I loved it. I love learning other languages and cultures because I learn about other people too.
Do you have any other activities planned for next year or the years to come? Like different, like you had a campus cleanup or anything like that?
Yeah, with the new officers, they were just newly elected now, about a week or 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to be sitting with them and asking them what ideas or any projects and different stuff they'd like to do. I'll probably be speaking with them something to do with migrant workers. We'll be working with something like that to make a connection, even more of a connection with the community. And also to incorporate that language speaking part.
Do you have any future plans for the club? Like anything you like to see it become, or anything more, like do you want to become more popular, or?
I'd like it to. I'd like people to see the importance of being part of, a Spanish honor society. How it's, it's not just also to academics and character, but again, making that connection with the language. That's why I'm really eager also to get together now I had great officers that just left office, and now I have new officers, and I've been really lucky with that. So I'm eager to sit with them and see what ideas they have, because again, they run the society, and I moderate and help them out and guide them. But when you get new people, you get different ideas. So I'm sure we're going to be doing some other stuff and see what they want to do.
Okay.
If I had to give some advice for someone that was interested in the Spanish Honor Society, I would tell them two things. One, take an interest in Spanish, learn and love the language. The second piece of advice is to start caring for the community. In Spanish Honor Society, we do great activities that involves the community and benefits us and the community.
Something about Spanish Honor Society that makes me want to join is I can meet new friends, and it helps me practice my Spanish.
Favorite thing about the club is that I get to meet with like-minded people in a sense of camaraderie once a month. It's people that enjoy the language of Spanish and enjoy sharing it with others. We also get to participate in the community and do great volunteer work.
Spanish Honor Society can benefit me because it looks good on my college resume and it furthers my understanding of Spanish.